Okay, so it's that time here again in Oregon. Special election for Measures 66 and 67. A lot of my friends complain that they can't do this or they have no time to do this, so I'm just going to do it on freaking camera. So this is my ballot. Yeah, I'm not showing you my address side, sorry. So this is open. Measure 66, okay. I'm sure this looks like crap on my upturned cell phone. Basically, after making that amount, the normal tax rate goes up by a maximum of 2%. The legislature's already spending this money because the law passed. It was signed by the governor. But our anti-tax crowd, who wants to make us another version of California, decided, oh no, and they had to pull it onto the ballot. So here we are. Basically, both these referendums are yes to keep what the legislature passed, and no to tell them, no, you've got to cut more money from the budget. Good luck finding it. It's been a lot of fun because a lot of the ads here have been just like complete fucking lies. Let's see. The most popular one is talking about how much the legislature's been spending, but they conveniently leave in numbers like food stamps and, oh yeah, federal stimulus money. Yeah. You know, those wasteful spenders in Salem spending all that federal stimulus money. Yes. Anyway. So as you can guess, I'm in favor of both of these laws because you know what? They passed. So I don't know. In an economic downturn like this, I can see why people think taxes might not be a good idea. But I don't think the answer is to micromanage the budget through the ballot. I think it's to vote out the people you don't like. So this is Measure 66. So this is the personal income tax increase. And like I said, it's a maximum of 2%. And it only kicks in for the amount you make above the $125,000. So you still get that first $125,000 at the old tax rate. It's only when you start making more than that, you pay an extra 2%. So if that, let me put it this way. If you're a couple and you're pulling down over $250,000 a year, and you can't handle an extra 2% tax on what you make above the $250,000, you're doing something wrong. Yeah, that's really all there is to that one. Okay, and then we've got Measure 67 here. Like I said, you can guess that I'm for it, right? Anyway, it raises the corporate minimum tax from $10 a year to $100, and then it has a new tax on sales in Oregon. Now, raising the minimum tax should be a no-brainer because $10 doesn't even cover how much it costs to process the damn thing. So screw that. This new tax affects mainly, actually I think it affects all corporations, but the sales tax, the tax on corporate sales only affects C Corps. And it only kicks in after they make like $500,000 in Oregon sales. So a lot of people are complaining this is going to hurt small business. 93% of small businesses in Oregon, this number is coming from the Legislative Research Office, I think is the name. It's one of those nonpartisan office sort of things run by the legislature. It's like our version of the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office. They say 93% of small businesses in Oregon won't be affected. Most of the small businesses that will be affected, that 7%, are like small businesses in name more than anything else. You know, we're talking about, you know, you get rich Uncle Bob to invest in your business, and so you have it be a C Corp. Anyway. People are complaining it's unfair because it's a tax on sales and not a tax on profits. If you have over $500,000 in sales and you're not turning a profit, you're doing something wrong. I'm sorry. You just are. Of course, we all got that heartfelt letter with the mechanical signature from the people running that dairy in Tillamook. But I feel like I'm sounding all callous about this, and I don't really think that's it. I mean, I can understand that nobody wants to pay more taxes right now. And there's certainly a class warfare aspect to like Measure 66, you know, eat the rich. except of course we're eating them for an extra 2%, not like half their income, but what the hell ever. Still, I mean, 67 isn't going to affect most of the businesses that are being put in danger by our economy. So, as you can see, I'm definitely voting for it. Anyway, I should have prepped more before making this video. There's a lot of things I want to say about these things because politics is a hobby, but really the point of doing this was to demonstrate that it doesn't take that long. There's only 2 questions on this damn ballot, and they resolve down to one question. Do we want to keep the taxes that the legislature raised in order to make the budget work for this biennium, or do we want to send them back to the drawing board with an over 700? And at this point, I think the damage even though I'm in favor of the taxes in general, I think at this point, the damage that we would do by ripping that hole, even if you hate the idea of these taxes, the damage we would do would be awful. I mean, where do you find an extra $700 million? I mean, it's been tried. Of course, you know, we have our wonderful people in our legislature saying, oh, there's so many places to get the money. Look at all these ending balances that we have of everything shutting down. And, of course, this money is, statutorily, supposed to go other places, not the general fund. Things like the Safe Insurance Fund, SAIF, they're saying, oh, we can use that money to cover the budget hole, but then you got to pay it back. They tried this, back in the 80s or the 90s. It didn't work out. It's like stealing from Social Security. Anyway, I have come to the conclusion that I am ranting, and that's probably not a good thing. Yes, I've been ranting for over 7 minutes. Oh, that's just awesome. Anyway, so I'm going to shove this in the envelope. And I encourage everybody who got one of these envelopes, and if you're an Oregon voter, you probably have gotten yours by now, to fill theirs out, put it in their envelope, and go take it to a drop site. Clackamas County, Washington County, and Multnomah County all have 24-hour drop sites this election cycle.